Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be making this very delicious chicken pies that has a truly crusty crunch on the outside and a moist delicious feeling on the inside. This chicken pie was so good. Trust me guys, it was really delicious. Just look at how crusty, how flaky the dough is. Yeah, and I'll be showing you step by step everything I did so that you can also achieve the same great results whenever you're making yours. So if this is your first time, you're absolutely welcome. Let's get right into the video. Here in a bowl, I'm pouring in 4 cups of sifted baking flour. Make sure you sift your flour properly. Imagine all the dirt left behind. Then I added some salt and a tablespoon of granulated sugar. You're going to mix that all up together. I'm using my clean hands for this to mix everything up thoroughly. The next thing to go in will be margarine or butter. I'm using 250 grams for this. Now, this butter has to be cold. Okay, so before you start making your chicken pie, it's advisable you leave the butter in the fridge, okay, not the freezer, because it will get frozen. So just put it in the fridge for it to get cold. It's really important you use very cold butter and then you work it in. When you have this consistency that looks like wet sand or breadcrumbs, you know you're on track. The next thing to do will be to add cold water. Again, it has to be cold water, not room temperature, but just cold water. I'm using 1 cup, and as you can see, I'm not adding everything at once. We'll be pouring it in bit by bit until we get the dough formed together. Now, if you look carefully, you can see that I am not kneading. I'm simply using my hands to work the flour together, like to bring it together until everything clumps up together and I have the doughy consistency. So you just have to trust the process and keep going until you have this perfect dough that is formed. Now, if you follow these steps exactly, trust me, you're going to have a very flaky and crusty pie dough. Okay, now after that, when you have this right consistency, you will now leave the dough to rest. I'm using cling film to wrap mine. If you don't have cling film, please don't stress it. You can still leave it in the bowl as it is. Keep it covered and leave it to rest in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Now we'll start working on our filling. I have some chicken breast here in a plate. Then I have some grated onions. And then in the other plate, I have the spices that I'll be using together with the onions to marinate the chicken. So I have dried pepper, paprika, black pepper, curry, and thyme, and of course 1 seasoning cube. I'm going to add all this to the chicken and leave it to marinate for like an hour, and then it will be time to fry the chicken. Sorry, I missed out on some clips, but here you can see I have started cooking my chicken with some vegetable oil in a pan. So this is just the marinated chicken cooking here in a pan. I added some water to help it boil and help it to get tender. So you know this doesn't waste time. After some minutes, when you check it, you'll notice that the chicken is tender and properly cooked. Okay, make sure you cook it properly so it's really soft and juicy. Now when the chicken is done, the next step would be to shred it up. Yeah, so to do that, I am just going in with my fork and just pulling it apart. So you just keep working on it this way until you're done with all the chicken that you're working with. At this point, the chicken is really very delicious already. Yeah, very delicious already. So I must warn you to avoid the temptation of eating it up. As you can see, somebody coming in to take some piece. Okay, so you just keep going until you're done. and this is what it should look like. Our shredded up chicken ready to get into the pan for the filling. So we go again into the pan and we're now trying to make the filling. So I pour in some diced sorry, no carrots, some diced onions. Then I go in with the chicken, properly seasoned and delicious. And I'll just mix this up and let it cook for a bit. At this point, you can add some water so it's not just dry. Okay, you want your filling to be that consistency that is really, you know, juicy. Then I poured in my shredded carrots. I just used a grater to shred up one large carrot, and this is it. You add it in, also top up some water because I noticed my pan was quite dry. And then you can now go in with your flour or corn slurry. You just mix up 1 tablespoon of flour with some water and add it to this filling. So this is to give it that very porridgey look that you see when you're eating your pie. So I let it boil for about a minute or two, and then I poured it into a small bowl, and I'm going to put in a second bowl so that it can, just speed up the cooling process, because we're going to add it into the pie in a cooler state. You're not going to add it when it's really hot. So now let's start rolling out our dough that has been resting. So when I get it out from the fridge, here's what it looks like. It's really soft and easy to work with. So I'm going to be splitting it in half. I like working with half at a time. So you just roll with your rolling pin. You can roll it to be as thick or as thin as you want, depending on what you're going for. So at this point, I think I was done with the rolling. Then I'm using this small bowl as my cutter to help me cut out uniform circle shapes. So you just go over the dough until you have exhausted all the spaces. That will be enough to get one full circle. I take out the circles, and then the remaining dough, I'll just put it together and roll it out again. So you're just going to repeat this process until you have exhausted all the dough. It's quite simple and basic. Just roll it out and cut out with your cutter. Yeah, like I said, I'm just repeating what I did before. Now, this time I decided to use a meat pie cutter for this. I used the bottom part that has a circular shape. So I cut it out, and this is what I have. Okay, so the next step would be to fill this up. I go in with 1 spoon of my filling. You don't need to overfill it so it doesn't burst open. So I think one spoon is enough because my pies weren't big. Fold it together, press it down with my fingers, and then I use the prongs of a fork to thoroughly pinch the sides together so that it stays really, you know, tight and together. Here's what it looks like. Okay, so you set that aside, and again, we're going to be repeating the exact same process. Fold it over, press down with your fingers, and go in with the fork to hold everything in place. I don't know, but I really enjoy doing this with a fork. I don't know, I just enjoy it. So you just press all around, and this is what we have. Isn't she lovely? Okay, so the leftover filling you can always keep for another time. Yeah, but please make sure you use it up not too long after this. So now I'm going to prepare the egg wash, and for this I'm just going to crack one egg into a bowl and whisk it up, and that's it. But before I apply the egg wash, I just went in with the fork again to make these openings at the top. This will help it to, release the heat so it doesn't burst, right? And now I'm going with the egg wash to rub it on the pies. This gives pies their glossy finish when they are baked. And after about 40 minutes to 1 hour, here is what we have. Okay, but yeah, I forgot. Before you put your pies in the oven, please make sure your oven has been heating for some time. It helps the whole process to go on much faster. And guys, let's take some moments to admire these beautiful pies. The inside is juicy. I love the chicken, the feeling on the inside, and the outside was just so crunchy, so flaky and crusty. You can see how the whole thing is just breaking up. I love my pies to be like this. I don't like when pies are just chewy, like no, I like this crunchiness. I just love it when they turn out like this. So, guys, if you've watched up till now, I really appreciate you for sticking around. Please don't forget to like this video, click the subscribe button, and tell me what you think in the comment section. I'll be more than delighted to respond. So, friends, till next time, I hope you try out this recipe. And yeah, that's it, guys. Bye.